Be sure to share, like, subscribe, and comment down below. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to turn on notifications by clicking that bell icon. Now, IT security expert sounds the alarm over Debbie Wasserman Schultz's role in the Awan brothers scandal. Now, a cybersecurity expert is sounding the alarm over Democrat Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz's role in the Awan brothers scandal after the new congressional documents revealed all 44 House Democrats who hired IT staffer Imran Awan waived the background check on the shady Pakistani national. Now, the Daily Caller reports this. A publication for the IT security professionals say House leaders of both parties were negligent and in a violation of basic IT protocol by allowing Imran Awan and his family to continue in their roles as server administrators for 4 months, despite knowing that they were suspected of serious misconduct by the House Inspector General. Now, the lack of concern and perspective on the potential risk posed by Imran Awan is alarming. An article in Search Security says this case is an example of negligence trumping security, and worse yet, common sense. Awan's alleged activities and the way many handled themselves, from the hiring to the response in the wake of the investigation, should concern us all. Now, the author, cybersecurity expert Kevin McDonald of Alvaca Networks, especially faults the judgment of Democratic Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who kept Imran on her payroll for an additional 6 months after the House leadership banned him from the network. Now, when challenged about why she allowed a person under criminal investigation to continue to access the building where computers are stored and used to assist with IT issues, Wasserman Schultz defended her actions by telling reporters that IT admins could assist with issues without having network access, and that IT support included other elements besides the network, such as phones, printers, and software, the article reads. Now, the reporter behind the new Awan report, the Daily Caller's Luke Rizaic, joined Fox Business Network Monday to discuss the story.
Checks and decide not to have any of these IT workers use background checks.
Well, the House policy actually says that background checks are required, but if you delve into the fine print, there's technically a loophole that these members may have been able to invoke that essentially allowed another member just to vouch for them. So it was as casual as that before you turn over the passwords that give these guys access to all the emails of these members of Congress and every file on their hard drives and all their staffers' hard drives. They just kind of casually ask a friend, ask a fellow member of Congress, and fill out this form. And it turns out that all 44 members who employed Imran Awan, they never ran a background check. And if they would have run this background check, it would have found out not only multiple criminal convictions, but $1 million bankruptcy, a dozen lawsuits, a lot of them about fraud, a dozen LLCs that they have with cryptic names like New Dawn 2001 and CIA. It would have found a whole host of major red flags, and the Democrats didn't do any of those checks. As a result, they gave these guys access to everything, and the IG determined that they were funneling data off the House network in really suspicious ways.
Jason, you were there. Were you ever exposed to these guys? What do you know about this?
No, listen, one of the concerning parts here, and Luke, you've done some great reporting here, but Debbie Wasserman Schultz's leadership, I mean, she is not just your rank and file member, she is in leadership and also has that hat with the DCCC at the time, the Democratic Congressional Committee. Is there an inventory of what the House thinks it lost and what has been given up in a vulnerable situation?
Well, there's a couple different things going on. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment suspected to have been stolen, and that's basically what the IG started investigating. And then it found that data was coming off the network too, and we don't know exactly what that data was. We know that it had, quote, sensitive file names according to the IG, and the reason we don't know more is because the House actually blocked investigators from looking at some of this stuff. So this is a cover-up, Jason. I mean, this is coming in part from the House leadership, including on the Republican side.
And that's, from my experience, that's code for classified. If they were able to tap into classified information, they're going to put a big stiff arm to that and say, no, you can't look at it anymore. But the inventory of here and what was stolen and accessed and what vulnerabilities that creates, that is a huge mess.
Yeah, and it's turning out that they were running the House of Representatives IT policy like it was some rinky-dink mom-and-pop business. There was basically no protections, and the fact that the Democrats were even able to invoke this loophole is bad enough, but the idea that 44 of them would have independently decided to not run background checks on these guys who were Pakistani citizens, something's going on here, and it seems like the members were looking the other way at these guys for long before Wasserman Schultz kept them on the payroll, even though the cops banned them from the network, and even before she threatened the Capitol Police officer because after Ingraham took her laptop and left it in a phone booth. So the question is, why are the members ignoring this? I mean, this is the biggest story that you never hear about. It's a hack on the Congress by foreigners, and the Democrats didn't care about it. They didn't stop it. These are the same people who are talking constantly about cyber breaches in Russia. And if you care about one, you got to care about the other. So why haven't they addressed it? I mean, there's a couple different reasons. It could be as simple as this is deeply, deeply embarrassing to them. The second one is that it basically destroys that Russian narrative just because it shows that they didn't actually care about cybersecurity and they haven't responded to this. And then thirdly, it could just be a question of do these guys have something on members of Congress?
Alright, so be sure to share, like, subscribe, and comment down below. And tell me how you feel about this report. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. Let's make America great again. Peace.